Welcome to the next lecture in power system modeling. We are going to discuss the symmetrical components and sequence network here. So any unbalanced three-phase system, when we are dealing with some unbalancing, so unbalancing of three-phase system, it has to be resolved into three balanced system in the sinusoidal steady state. So waveform will be sinusoidal in nature and the system will be unbalanced. So whenever we have an unbalanced system and it should be a three-phase system, then it has to be resolved in three balanced systems. So this method of resolving an unbalanced system into three balanced phasor system has been proposed by C.L. Fortescue in 1918. So the method of resolving symmetrical components of the original phasors is called simply the symmetrical components. So whenever we have an unbalancing of a three-phase system, it will resolve in three balanced systems. These systems are known as the symmetrical components. So symmetrical component transformation will present how unbalanced component like star or delta connected load, transformer, generator and transmission line can be resolved into symmetrical components. So the different components of the power system, whether it is a transformer, load, generator or transmission line, if there is an unbalancing, then through symmetrical components we can convert them into balanced network. Then we can combine these components together to form what is known as the sequence network. So in this lecture, we'll focus on the symmetrical components, and then in the next lecture, we'll go for sequence network. So what is a symmetrical component? So there are basically three symmetrical components. First is positive sequence. So any balanced three-phase system with the same phase sequence. So whenever the phase sequence of an unbalanced system and the new balanced system phase sequence is same, then it is known as the positive sequence. The negative sequence will have opposite phase sequence. So if it is having an opposite phase sequence than the original sequence, it is known as the negative sequence. Then you have zero sequence. So three phasors are equal in magnitude and phase. So whenever the new phasor is having equal in magnitude and phase, then it is known as the zero sequence. So together positive, negative and zero sequence together will make to be an unbalanced system. So here if you have an unbalanced network means the magnitude of all the three phases VA, VB and VC are of different magnitudes. Then this will be resolved into three components. So component number 1, that is the positive sequence component, plus component number 2, that is the negative sequence component, and 0, that is component 0 sequence component. So whenever we term as 0, it is known as 0 sequence component. 1 is represented with positive sequence component and 2 is represented with negative sequence component. Now let us see how the positive, negative and zero sequence components are. So if you have a positive sequence component, then all the phasors will be equal in magnitude and displaced by 120 degree, and it will be same sequence as the original phasor. So if the original phasor is ABC phase sequence, then the positive sequence components will be having the same phase sequence ABC. So if you have a negative sequence component, then there will be three phasors equal in magnitude displaced by 120 degree. However, the phase sequence will be opposite than the original phasors. That means here if you have ABC as the phase sequence, then here you will have ACB. Then there will be a change in the phase sequence. Zero sequence component, again three phasors equal in magnitude and same phase shifting in phases. So here we can see how the three phases are there, VA, VB and VC, which is having a phase sequence of ABC, same as the unbalanced system. So here we have A, B and C, and here you have a phase sequence of ACB. So negative phase sequence is ACB, positive phase sequence is ABC, and zero sequence will have the same phase shifting. Now similarly to voltage, our current can also be break up into three components: zero sequence component, positive sequence component and negative sequence component. This is for phase A, this is for phase B, and this is for phase C. So any unbalanced system, whether it is a voltage or a current, can be break up into the positive, negative and zero sequence component, which are the balance system. Now here, whenever there is a fault or unsymmetrical in nature, then the unsymmetrical fault or unbalancing of the system through the unbalanced current can be dealt up. So this is the unbalancing. So here all the three currents IA, IB and IC are of different magnitude. So through symmetrical components we can deal with this unbalancing to make the system balance. So in the zero sequence component, positive sequence component and negative sequence components, we will be dealing the unbalancing of the system. So zero sequence, positive sequence and negative sequence. Now the positive, negative and zero sequence component has to be break up in all the three phases VA, VB and VC, and together it will be joined to analyze of the three phase system. So symmetrical component transformation. How do we transform the unbalanced system into the balanced symmetrical components? So for that we have to introduce an operator which is known as alpha operator. In some book it is written as A operator. So alpha is defined as e to the power j 120 degree, which can be written in complex format as minus half plus j times root 3 by 2. So first we will define an operator alpha. We can see that if we do alpha square, we'll get a alpha conjugate term, that is the negative of the imaginary number. Then alpha cube will be equal to 1. So alpha is e to the power j 120, alpha square is e to the power j 240, alpha cube is equal to 1. So on. So after alpha cube, if we go alpha 4, then it will be equal to alpha, and alpha 5 will be alpha square, and so on we can move it. So the basic three terms alpha, alpha square and alpha cube will be used to analyze the three phase system. So we can note that the sum of 1 plus alpha square will be equal to 0. Now the alpha operator, you can use it to transform the voltage positive sequence component of B phase is equal to alpha square into positive sequence component of A phase. Similarly, the positive sequence component of C phase is equal to alpha times the positive sequence component of A phase. The positive negative sequence component of B phase will be alpha times the negative sequence component of A phase. The negative sequence component of C phase will be equal to alpha square times the negative sequence component of A phase. So we are basically resolving every term in terms of A phase, whether it is a VA1, VA2 and VA1 and VA2, that is the positive sequence component and negative sequence component. So we can finally write that all the sequence component VA0, VB0 and VC0 of the three phases are equal. Then VA can be broke up into negative sequence, zero sequence, positive sequence and negative sequence component. Now VB can be resolved in terms of VA. So it is VA0 because VB0 is equal to VA0. So we can write it as VA0. Alpha is square VA1 because we have VB1 is equal to alpha square VB1 and alpha into VA2, which is equal to the VB2. So this term we can write it. This is equal to VB0 plus VB1 plus VB2. So this component is basically VB0, that is the negative zero sequence component. This component is equal to VB1, that is the positive sequence component, and this sequence is equal to negative sequence component. Now similarly we can write for the phase C. So VA0, this is for VC0, alpha into VA1, this is equal to VC1, and alpha square VA2, this is for VC2. Now we can write it in the matrix format as the voltage of the three phases VABC is the multiplication of a vector into the matrix of A0, A1, A2. That is zero sequence, positive sequence and negative sequence, and this is for phase A alone. So it means all the three phases A, B, C can be analyzed in terms of the phase sequence A, provided we are multiplying this with a matrix containing 1 and alpha term. Okay, so similarly, we can obtain the A phase by taking the reciprocal of this or the inverse of this. So it will be 1/3 of this component into VABC, that is the phase sequence ABC, where we can write this component 0, 1, 2 as VA012. It means A phase voltage containing the elements for zero sequence, positive sequence and negative sequence equal to C. This is a matrix which is known as symmetrical component transformation matrix. So this matrix together is known as symmetrical component transformation matrix multiplied with the voltage ABC. Now the current can be also written in terms of the matrix C multiplied with the current IABC. Now the original phasor component can be obtained from the inverse of the symmetrical component. So VABC and IABC, that is the ABC component which is unbalanced of voltage and current, can be easily obtained if you take the inverse of C and the voltage and current component which is of the phase A. Real and reactive power can be dealt in terms of symmetrical component. So three-phase power in the original unbalanced system is given by, so if you have a unbalanced system ABC phase sequence, then P plus JQ, this is known as the complex power of the system ABC. Now we know that the complex power can be written as VI conjugate. So this is for A phase, this is for B phase and this is for C phase, which can be written as VABC transpose into I conjugate in terms of the three-phase quantities. So this VABC, so here we have the unbalancing transpose and the current conjugate. So VABC can be written as this. So VABC of the three phases can be written as C inverse times VA, that is the positive sequence, negative zero sequence and zero sequence component of the A phase transpose, into this component can be written for the IABC. So after that we will take the transpose and the conjugate of this expression, so it will be broke up into this. So now we can see that the C transpose into C inverse conjugate will be equal to 3 times. So this will become equal to 3. Then the power PABC plus JQABC will be 3 times the sum of the individual power in the zero sequence component, positive sequence component and negative sequence component. So the complex power is basically 3 times the summation of the complex power of the three-phase sequence. So whenever you have some unbalancing, so in order to analyze the complex power of an unbalanced system ABC, we can deal with individual phases, A phase alone, and compute its positive, negative and zero sequence component and multiply it with the 3 times, we'll get the total power of the unbalanced system. So we will deal with some facts about sequence current. So balanced three-phase system consists of I1 alone. So whenever your system is balanced, then in this case your I2 and I0 will be equal to 0. Both I2 and I0 will be 0. There will be no negative sequence component, there will be no zero sequence component, only there will be positive sequence component in case of balanced system. Second point is that if you have some negative sequence or zero sequence presence in a three-phase system, it surely means that there is some unsymmetry or there is an abnormal condition in the circuit. And if your system is unbalanced and it is a three-phase system, the vector sum of positive and negative sequence will be 0. So the resultant solely consists of the negative sequence, zero sequence component, which can be written in terms of the three-phase R, Y and B. So it is consist of your I0 vector, that is the zero sequence component current is only involved, which consists of R phase, Y phase and B phase zero sequence component. Now if you have a 3-phase 4-wire system which is unbalanced, then the zero sequence current will always be equal to 1/3 of the current in the neutral wire. So whenever you have a 3-phase 4-wire system, so in a star connected network, if you have the 4th wire, so this is the 4th wire in star connected system, the 4th wire will have a zero sequence current whose magnitude is 1/3 of the current in the neutral wire. So this is the neutral wire. So zero sequence current will have 1/3 of the current in the neutral wire. But if there is an absence of path through the neutral, it means if there is no neutral, then the neutral current will be 0 and line current will also be 0, contains no I naught. So if you have any delta connected load, suppose you have a delta connected load, then there is no neutral. So your neutral current will be 0. Then there is no, contains no I naught. So zero sequence current in the case of a delta connected load where though there is no neutral current will be equal to 0. So there is no zero sequence current. So obviously earth will have to be involved. So in a 3-phase unbalanced system, I2 cannot exceed that of I1. That is, the negative sequence current magnitude cannot exceed the positive sequence current in a 3-phase unbalanced system. If it does so, it means the phase sequence of the resultant system is reversed. If you see that the negative sequence magnitude is more than the positive sequence magnitude, it means the phase has been reversed. So the current, if a single phase load, if you have a load which is single phase and it is drawn from a 3-phase system, then your all the 3 phases component I1, I2 and I0, positive, negative and zero sequence will be equal. So in this way we have seen the concept of symmetrical components and how the symmetrical components can be used to deal with the unbalancing of the network. This unbalancing will arise when the system is under fault. So next lecture we will see about the sequence network, and then in the unbalancing of the system due to the fault, we'll see how the symmetrical component are useful in calculation and analysis purpose. Thank you.